we're now going to do the second project using the Getting Ready collection. Now what I wanted to show you first is, this is one of the papers from the USB. Now remember, your USB has My Craft Studio on it. So this is actually an A4 paper, but when I had it as A4, the Eiffel Tower was too big. So all I've done is I've taken it into my Craft Studio and I've just resized it a little bit, because this is better. I've resized it till I got the tower the size that I wanted, because I can trim that down. So this is how I got to the size of my paper. So remember, for every paper is resizable, and then I've just trimmed it down. Can you see how gorgeous is that? So I've got my card base. Let me just make sure I've got everything here. So I started with a large, I think it was a 10 by 7 card blank, and onto there we're going to put our decorative paper. So this one is off the USB, but if you bought the cardstock, that would work equally as well. So this is absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to show you in a minute. Let me just pop that on there. And let me just show you how, look at this. So this is our going to the party die, and can you see how the colours work beautifully with that? So once I've done that, I'm then going to go in with, now I've got my peach colour, but I've actually cut some bits out, so I've already stuck it onto the white. And you can see again from our vase, perfume bottle, it's exactly the same colour. So that's going to go on now. And we can pop that on to the card. Oops, pop that on. So we've kept all of our mats and layers nice and slim, so they look really elegant and tidy. And then we can put the next bit on. So these are 2 papers. That is just a sheet of A4 cardstock, and it's actually got the precious scent flowers on, which is really, really pretty. So you probably saw that in my previous recap video. So we can pop that on there. And all I've done is I've roughed up the edges to give it a nice finish. So I'm trying to make sure my border is very similar, top and bottom. There we go. Isn't that lovely? And just with the script going across. And then I've taken the one with the Eiffel Tower on, and so we can then just pop that on. So I've made sure that these are different sizes. I didn't want it to be even. I wanted it to be nice and mixed. So there we go. And again, all I've done that is just go around the edge with your scissors, and just hold that there where the glue is, and then just rough the edges up just like that. See, it makes quite a mess. That's why I've done it in advance. So then I'm going to pop that. So I'm going to give that the same border on that side, because obviously it'll be different from the top and bottom, because that's a bit smaller. Oh, that's not very straight, is it? There we go. A bit straighter. And that's going to go on there. So wet glue, nice and tight to catch that. Now, I have cut most of these out just for speed. So all I've cut out now is I have cut out the foundation layer from my Royal Wish. I then cut out my gorgeous detail. Now this piece here stays in, but if you wanted to take it out, it's actually only a few little snips, and that's going to fit perfectly on the foundation layer. And then I've taken the next size die and I've popped that in there. So what that will actually do is it will give me the perfect border all the way around. And that can now pop onto my card. And I'm going to pop it sort of over to the left, because I'm going to do most of my composition down in this right bottom corner. So let's take this. So first of all with foam tape, and that's going to give it a nice little bit of dimension. I do like my cards to have a bit of dimension. I don't like them totally flat, but if you don't want to use foam tape, just use wet glue. It's entirely up to you. This is just to give you some ideas. What you then do with it is entirely up to you. Oh, I've prepped all this tape and I've forgotten it's up at that end. Look, there we go. I have trouble with this tape, so I do try and prep it in advance. There we go. Pick that up, and then I just need to make sure I've got this the right way up before I go any further, because it does seem to be slightly different. Yeah, it's happy with that way. So we can then pop that on there. So I just have the hint of the tower coming out from that side, and then I can put my glue on here. Now, if you want to use tape, then it would be really handy to make sure you go over this join just to give it a little bit of stability. So I'm just going to go with my glue and make sure I get both inside and outside. There we go. There we are. And there. And a little bit of glue all the way across there. Oh, I need a bit there. There we go. And that can go on here. So can you see that although this is what they call the coloured cardstock off the USB, can you see how it's got a slight almost watermark to it, which, you know, really makes it a little bit softer, which is why I chose to use it. Then I've got my inner piece, and again I've put foam tape on the back of there. Let's see if this is going to lift up. Did I remember to prep this? I don't think I remember to prep this layer, because now it's not coming off. There we go. I always find that when I've had these in the car and it's been cold in the boot, this backing off this foam tape is an absolute devil to get off. There we go. And the final one. There we go. So this is such a pretty collection. I mean, just imagine the cards that you're going to be able to make with this. It's just all that, the romance of the Paris look is absolutely gorgeous. So there's my card base. So that's where I'm going to start from. And then I want to show you. So this is the perfume bottle. So this, is called, well, it's called perfume bottle, quite obviously. And I'm going to just cut this out. So I've got the charisma for that. And I'm going to line up the perfume bottle. Now remember, every one of these dies has a foundation layer. So that's really going to help you to make the dies pop, because you can outline them. And then we've got our flowers. Now I'm not going to use the sunflower, but I will cut it out and save it for later. So they line up like that. You see how perfect fit over that charisma. It's quite a tight fit, but then it just gives you a better final impression. And then the next one, right. So one of those pieces of tape that I saved, that's not very well lined up. One, where's my tape? There it is. And another one across there. I always find if you join them all together, you get a better fit like that. And I'm going to put one piece there. There we go. So, let's, bang. Let's get that, pop it onto my mat, plate on top. Always cut into your 5mm plate, because that is your thickest and it's not going to bend. So while that cuts, I'm just going to show you here. So what you've got is we've got our going to the party, and I've cut her out twice, and this one I'm going to shape. Now I'm not going to use the ball tool to shape the dress, I'm just going to use my hands. And that's ready. I will just use a ball tool to shape her head though, I think. Let's not go in with a too small a ball tool. Let's just add a little bit of dimension there. So you can see with this one, all I've done is I've cut off her arm there and her legs here. Now, if you want to, you can go in and reduce down and do another layer of decoupage and just keep going. It's entirely up to you, but I just thought I'd do 2 layers with this one. So this is our going to the party die, and then you can layer up your decoupage. Helps if I line it up just like that. So just keep adding as much dimension. You can see we've got that there. So then what you can do is decide which of your images you want to use. So we could have going to the party. So I'm popping her onto a foundation die. We can have that there. Maybe we're going to pop our finishing touches, and we could pop that down there. You can see how we're building up our composition. Let's take those off. We could also use our getting ready to party. She is gorgeous. And again, you can do decoupage with this. You can see I've just put the lights on there, and that's going to go just there. Now, the reason I'm using my foundation piece is, now that looks lovely because it's on the white, but can you see how it's quite busy around that side? So if I put the foundation layers underneath, it just makes them pop a bit more. So everything's going on down in the bottom right hand corner. And again, we could think about having her shoes. This is how I always do the cards. I always make everything up first and then decide what to do. See, no, don't like that one as much. So let's have a look. The final one we've got is the bottle that we've just cut out. And there's my scissors. And what I could do is I can trim this down. And go down there. There we go. And then we could make some decoupage with this one. And then we can just come around here, add a little bit of my glue gel and pop that on, on there like that. So that's made the, should make it look like the bottle has come further out towards the front, and pop that on there. So we could then go in with our perfume bottle if we wanted to, and our finishing touches would look really, really nice. And then you can come in with all of your flowers that you've cut out. So I've cut out quite a bit, so you could have them coming out of the bottle and building it up all around the top, and then we could go around there. How about that? Right, I think I want to do, I'm going to go right back to where we started, and I'm going to go, look at that kid catching, I'm going to do my going to the party. So let's pop her on. So this is where your glue gel comes in really handy, because I've got lots of different layers here, and I can then just get the layer height I want. Pop her on here. There you go. Remember, don't come off the bottom of your card, otherwise it won't stand. Then I can add her in there. And then she's going to stand on her foundation. Then I need to just grab some more Pinflex, that's going to run out. Let's do it straight from the tube this time. Oh, there we go. And then we can get the finishing touches, and we can pop a bit of glue behind there, and then we can always just pop that through there like that. And then we're going to get this one, and again we've done the decoupage. The decoupage comes with this one, so you've got 2 lipsticks and a nail varnish, and then we can put the glue gel on there. I'll fill up my syringe in a minute, and then pop that. That actually is nicer by putting the foundation layer underneath. So that's going to go there, and then we can just do the flowers. So with these flowers, I'm just going to do a little bit of shaping. So you can see, normally I'm in with my bows, my pearls, all of those. I don't think there's any need for it with this. You've got so much detail going on that I think it's enough. So we can just, but to me, we just need to balance out this top corner. So let's just pop, that's going to tuck underneath there. So it's like a continuation. Then I've got enough to squeeze out of there. Ooh. And again on there. And then let's do this one. I'm going to have to go back to the tube. Ooh. I like that because I've got the end there, so it really does look right. And then we can pop that one on there. There we are. Squeeze the last little bit. Squeeze it over there. How about that? That to me is gorgeous. Now this would be perfect for anybody, for your granddaughters, for your daughters. It can be a 18th birthday card, or it could be a 12th birthday card, or I don't think it would look out of place for a 40th birthday card. How gorgeous is that?